Welcome to my channel, SteveO the Window Cleaner. Today we're going to be talking about a very important topic to window cleaning, and that is squeegee handle angles and what they are best used for or how you can use them best. I want to go through the different angles and explain to you what they're best used for, what they're not best used for. To me, this is probably the most important information I've ever shared on this channel as far as tools go. And it has taken me the longest to figure out, and with some of the new tools in 2019 really helped even further make squeegee handle angles make window cleaning even better and easier. So let's get to it. So let's talk about the new degrees and handles that are out there that haven't been out too long. So this is the Mowerman Accelerator 2.0 handle. This is the newer edition of the Mowerman Accelerator handle. This is the old one. So on this new handle, it has 5 different degrees, okay? And this handle is kind of the main reason of me making this video. And it's given me a lot more experience with different angles and how to use them, and has made my job a lot easier. So the first one that's pretty weird is the -20 degree. So that kind of sits like that, quite a bit different than anything that's on the market. The -20 you could really use for windows that are below you, such as storefront glass. Maybe you have a bad back or something like that. It could help you there. I have not had many situations where I've had to use it, but like you're seeing right now, I recorded a clip at one of our storefronts, and you could do bottom glass with it. Do I think it is the most efficient thing? No. But if you found that you're at a job and the only way you get to a window where I was looking down to it, I have a job like that where there's not enough space in between where it's at if I was looking up to it, but I can look down at it from an upper level and I can get the window perfectly with that degree. So I don't have a lot of experience with the degree, but it's something cool, it's something new that you'll probably be on a job someday and be like, I can use that for that. So that's the -20 degree. The -5 degree, this is pretty cool. For windows that are like straight out in front of you, it's good, but it's not perfect. It starts to catch a little bit if you're, fanning back and forth. So I use it mostly on windows that aren't below, but are just a little bit recessed in front of me that I just can't get to. Maybe something like a salon or something like that. Some windows are just a little bit below me and right out in front of me. The -5 degree works really well. I have a clip I'll show right now where I used the -5 when I first got the Mowerman Accelerator 2.0 handle. And what it allows you to do is windows that may be as tall as you, that go all the way almost to the ground, to your feet, you can fan it on a pole perfectly, and it's a fun angle. I mean, this is the most fun handle you could possibly buy if you're a little bit bored on the job and you want to have fun. So after -5, this starts going into positive angles. So before we get to that, let's go to 0 degrees. So for 0 degrees, this is the Unger 0 degree handle. This handle is fun. 0 degrees is actually perfect for cleaning skylights on a pole. If you've ever had trouble cleaning skylights, you're in a house and it's too far up and you want something that will allow you to close out perfectly, leave no streaks, 0 degree is great. And the nice thing about this handle compared to this handle is that you have nothing on the back here, right? So when you're getting that handle up into the frame, there's nothing stopping that channel from getting flush with the frame and grabbing all the water. When you have this, and this doesn't have a 0 degree, this back handle usually starts hitting the frame and you almost miss this space that's right in here. Or with this, you don't miss that space. So if you're looking for a really good 0 degree handle, I would highly suggest this Unger 0 degree handle. Now there are other 0 degree handles out there. This is the Ettore Pro Plus. When you have it in the 0 degree, it's locked in place as far as it won't move, okay? Just like this. You still do have a swivel motion here if you need to change the angle, right? But the funky thing about this handle, we all know, is that when you put it back to its regular thing, it's a little funky, but we'll get into that later. But this is another handle that allows you to do the 0 degree, but the pivoting action in between the two of actually fanning on a pole and making it kind of loose and easy, this one's a lot easier. On this one, you can turn this little dial and you can make this super, super loose. If you want it tight, you have it on a pole, you're doing a skylight in a house, you can just tighten it like this, right? Simple as that. To untighten and tighten this one, you're going to need a screwdriver right there to loosen up that. This one's not as easy to fan on a pole. I haven't actually used this handle for years. Ever since this came out, and then when this came out, I switched to those. So, going from 0 degree, we're now going to 10 degree. So 10 degree was on the old accelerator handle and is on the new Moorman accelerator handle. 10 degree is one of my favorite as far as anything that's straight out in front of me over bushes or anything like that. I will use the 10 degree. The 10 degree with the squeegee channel gives you the right angle that on the whole entire piece of glass, it flows very nicely. You can close out very nicely with it. It cuts the edges very nicely. You don't have a lot of detailing left. That's where the -5 with this doesn't do too well. I noticed that it leaves a little bit more on the edges. The angle of the rubber isn't quite right on the glass for doing windows straight out in front of you. Now, everything I'm saying here as far as with these 3 angles can really depend on the window cleaner. Your height can really depend on what this does for you. So if you want those specific angles, this is the handle to buy, okay? So from 10, we go into a 25 degree. Now, 25 degree is a little bit weird because, let's see, I think the industry standard really is about 30. So this, you know, one of the things I've noticed about the Moorman handles, I don't know if the actual degrees are right on. I'll be quite honest with you. It kind of seems like the 40 is more than a 40. It kind of seems like the 25 is more than a 25. Because from what I know is that classic traditional handles such as the Unger handle, right? This is a 30 degree. From what I know, right? This is a 30 degree, right? And those seem to be right on. This is a 25, but it seems to be more up. 25, it's very smooth with the squeegee channel, but I would say it bleeds the most out of any of the angles as far as the squeegee rubber on the glass. I know you're thinking, why would that matter? The angle of your handle and how you use it will transfer through to your squeegee channel and will transfer through to the glass of what's happening to the solution, removing it from the glass. If you don't have these things down, things start to go sour and south very, very quickly, okay? So the 25 degree angle it's super smooth on the glass, but I find that it does leave a little bit more detailing than say like a 40 degree angle. So the 25 degree angle in here is probably the one I use the least in hand, but when using the 25 degree on a pole, it's super nice and flows a little nicer. So if you are doing a window that you are bringing it halfway down and then you're closing out the rest with your hands, I suggest the 25 degree. The 25 degree is super, super smooth on the pole. And then if you're going a little bit more out, you know, you need to go over something and there's not a lot of room. I'll show you a clip here where I do this window. I think I have this clip. I hope I do. Of over like a Coke machine, right? That's where I use the 25 degree. You kind of have to play around with these degrees a little bit and find, you know, what works best. I find too that different rubbers, different squeegee rubbers, react different to different handle angles. I know it's crazy, but I have tested every single rubber. I've tested every single squeegee channel. I have tested every single squeegee handle. And let me tell you, there's a lot of difference, there's a lot of variations, and there's a lot of things that can screw it up and really mess up your day, but there's a way to get it right and a way to make your day very, very easy. Now, from 25, there's 30 degree. 30 degree is usually like your most common angle of a handle. So, our Sorbo handles, right? Classic wide body handle, this is a 30 degree, okay? These handles feel a little bit cheap in hand, but people love Sorbo. You know, Sorbo is a brand that will never die because it's tons of people love it, okay? So this is a 30 degree. The Unger Ninja is made in a 30 degree. These are 30 degree, and that's the Unger Slim channel handles, right? The Pulex wide body, Pulex Slim channels are a 30. The red one, that's a 30, okay? Ettore usually handles, there's an Ettore classic one for slim channels. For me, I don't have it up here. That's also a 30. 30 is usually the most popular. 30 is what I learned on, but 30 is a weird one in that it's smooth on the glass, but can leave more detailing from what I have found. Easier to streak with when pulling and doing straight pulls. I like 30, but let's move, I think, to the angle that really everybody uses, and I think everyone would agree is the best angle out there by hand, okay? So by hand, I'll throw all these down. By hand, 40 degree. This is probably everybody's almost favorite handle, the Unger Ninja, okay? The Unger Ninja 40 degree handle was the first Unger Ninja handle that came out. They brought the 30 degree out later on. It used to not even have the lock thing that it has down here, where you basically snap it and you can swivel it, okay? This is a pretty old one that was used for about 3 years. So you can see they take a beating. This is a newer one. This is what I used for many, many years. I still love it. I never ever had one break whatsoever. Just a great, great handle. I have never found a way to put slim channels in here very well. You probably could figure out a way, but they're mostly made for wide body channels such as the Unger Ninja handle, Sorbo channels, the Ettore Super channel. You can also use the Pulex and Lumax in them very, very well. I've tested this handle out like so much. Used tons of squeegees with it, and it's super, super tough. It's high quality made. Unger does a really, really good job with almost everything they do, so you won't not go wrong with this handle. Now, moving away from that, the one thing you can't do with this 40 degree angle that you can do with the Moment Accelerator 40 degree angle is with this one, you can swivel, which is really, really nice. So 40 degree on a pole, I always use on like storefront windows where I have to close out kind of higher. I use a 40 degree angle when I'm doing super, super high pole work with the Moment Accelerator 2.0. The 40 degree allows me to close out really nicely, and I know that it's going to cause the least amount of bleeding from the squeegee rubber. What is bleeding from the squeegee rubber? That is basically when you're moving on the glass and you see a bunch of water still coming off of your rubber, kind of like just lines. I call that bleeding. A bunch of other people call that bleeding. But the 40 degree in hand as well, to me, with this, with the Ettore Leggese handle, trims off the most amount of water on the sides. No matter what squeegee channel you're using, it's overall the best for not leaving a lot for detailing on the sides. I've tested it with so many different handles, and I have to say it definitely is one of the best angles out there. I've talked so much about this handle throughout the years, and this is the Ettore Leggese handle. This is a 40 degree handle, a great in-hand squeegee handle. It's not as best on the pole because you don't have the swivel, so it's a little hard to close out on some things when something's like funky in front of you. But man, this handle is super comfortable. It's super light. The only thing that usually happens kind of quick with these is this rubber can come off, so we glue ours on. I even sometimes, after a couple days, I just take this off, and it's a super light channel, closes out really nice, really nice handle. But out of all the degrees, I would say 40 and in between 0 and 10 are my favorite angles. I think what you'll find is with 0 is a really fun angle. Like with this handle, I have a video on it. It's just a super fun. It just makes you feel like a crazy professional in your job because you're just doing things you never thought were possible with them. And the reason why I made this video is because the past year and a half, I've been getting really into the squeegee handle angles and what they can do for me, how they make the job easier. Because I've realized it's not so much about the channel, but it all starts here. You know, it all starts here, and all that transfers through to the rest of what you're doing. So this has to be right. For me, this handle has been awesome. Sometimes Mormon has cheap stuff. It does feel cheap, but overall, I think you'll find that buying this, you'll make your money back really, really quick, and you'll keep buying more and more and more of them. I've definitely bought the most of these than I bought of any other handle. Once it came out and I started using it, I said, this is a game changer. This can do a lot of things, and it definitely can. And it's a comfortable grip. I just, you know, put my fingers right there. It's super comfortable. The locking, unlocking thing, the ones that I've used the most is still good. It has not come apart. The one thing you will find though in winter months is if you leave this with some sort of water in it overnight and you park your work vehicle outside in freezing temperatures, just make sure before your first job to put this in your warm water and let that thaw out, or this will stay locked until it either warms up or thaws out. So I hope this video has been helpful to you. I've wanted to make this video for a very long time, and I really wanted to do it out in the field, but it took too much to explain it all in the field, too many situations. So I've kind of put some B-roll in here so you can see some of the different stuff of how I've used them. But the angle of your squeegee handle will make life so much easier. Let me grab a couple of these real quick. A very popular handle that most people will always have is this one, right? This is a great handle, but the problem with this handle is closing out on ledges. Closing out is the biggest reason why I use 40-degree angles. With any other angle, you'll find on deep ledges, as you close out, you'll leave a little hawkeye. That's what I call it, and you have to detail that. With a 40-degree, you hardly ever get that. And with 0-degree on a pole, you never get that, okay? So, and I'm talking about in hand. So that's the reason why these are great, but they're kind of a beginner level handle, right? So if you want to be more professional, start moving into these other handles like these or like these, and you'll find, I think, your job to be a lot easier. So, hope this has been helpful. I answer any questions you have in the comment below. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And let's do a giveaway. Giveaways are fun. I want to do a lot more giveaways this year. So the giveaway will be, you can choose one of the handles I've described in this video or another handle that you really like, and you'll get one of those. Just one. But it'd be kind of fun. So you can, you know, if you don't have the money or you haven't tried out an Unger Ninja handle or a Mormon Xero 2.0 handle or an Unger 0-degree handle or an Ettore Ledge Easy handle, you can get one. So you'll just get one, and there'll only be one winner. But you can tell me after you win which one you like, and that's about it. So I hope this has been helpful, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.